Yo, welcome to Two Fried Eggs podcast. Back again. My boy Bosch, I'm actually Bosch. That's my boy Dolph, and we were here introducing you to the one and only Zero is High. How you doing, man?
I was about to say hi to your Bosch.
Yeah, I am Bosch. I forgot there for a second. My bad. It's been one of
Sorry
the
to
days.
introduce yourself as a third person.
That's right. Fuck it, you know.
He is a douchebag like that, honestly. So,
Right.
so what do we call you first of all? Like, because
You just call me Zero.
Awesome. So, just so you guys understand, and just so you know, Zero, you are the first streamer that we didn't know and have a relationship with outside of his Twitch community, my Twitch community, or us streaming. So, this is going to be new for us. I'll be honest, we've watched some of your content and we like what we see. You're engaging and an amazing streamer, so that's why you're here. And for those of you that are listening, you may not see the same kind of interaction that you're used to. But we are excited to highlight Zero and his community and his content. So, Bosch, sorry to interrupt you, but I wanted to catch everybody up and
Don't let that shit happen again, pal.
I'm sorry, man.
So, tell us about you, man. How old are you? Where are you from? All that fun stuff. All the basics,
so
you know.
I'm
Age,
stuck in
sex,
Ohio.
location.
I'm stuck in Ohio. I'm 33 years old, and I'm a family man and a content creator full time.
Nice.
Oh,
man.
full time. Hell yeah.
This is what I do full time. I stream anywhere from 200 to 300 hours a month between Kick and now adding Twitch, so maybe
Getting it
even more
done.
time. And then the rest of it is probably about another 500 to 600 hours a month in my Discord community, helping out the community streamers, stream teams, and things like that.
Fucking
Nice.
gang. That's what's up.
I started out
I joined
full-time.
your
I
Discord.
went- oh yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I joined your Discord community, man. It looks like and I was talking to you in stream on it a little bit there. You've had the Discord community up and going for a long time. And is it just like a few of your friends that got together and started it up, or how'd that all come about?
So the Discord community has been around for 7 years in August. We've been a community ourselves for over 10. And it all started out with me and my best friend, Christina. I met her way back when on Xbox through Instagram back in the day. Shot my shot one time, like I was telling the story earlier. And she's like, nah, I'm good, but we can be friends. And it's been a beautiful, like one of the best people I've ever had a chance to be friends with right there. And from there came the community.
So you're saying is something fruitful came out of the friend zone?
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
Don't be afraid of the friend zone, because you're forgetting one thing. At least you're in the zone with friends. You could just be
That's
in
true.
the no zone, or whatever you want to call it.
Wait, what's it mean when I'm in the zone with my friends, but all my friends are dudes?
Good
Sausage
place to be. So it started there on Xbox and all that, and then we moved
Nice.
to Discord. We ended up getting it trademarked, so multi-platform gaming is a trademark thing that we own. It's official. And honestly, I have
That's
a hard
cool as
time
fuck.
having people name communities that they were a part of 10 years ago that you can go find and still be
And still
active
there.
and still
Yeah,
people.
absolutely.
Yeah, exactly. So,
So-
we're very proud of.
I'm going to tell you how stoned I am right now, and both of you will laugh at this because it's a funny thing. Bosch, I showed you my thumb when you came in, right? Just so Zero,
Oh, yeah. Dolph tried to
sliced
slice
the
his phone off. Or thumb. I can't. I'm fucking stoned, bro.
So
Fuck.
all this shit, right? I was treating it. I showed it to him, and I put the Band-Aid on it for this. And I went to go open another Band-Aid to put on my thumb because I forgot there was one on there.
He's over here double bagging his thumb.
Oh, damn. He's already been into the dabs, so.
Oh no, I smoked a healthy joint before we just hit a Chinese buffet. So I always smoke a fatty before I do that.
That sounds hella good.
Throw the joint out as you're walking through the doors when you go to them places.
That's right.
Like,
Put it out and set it on the ledge right next to it so you can grab it on the way back out and start puffing again.
That reminds me of the
dude.
time on the
Keep it
way
lit for the
back
next
from
guy.
the casino. We used to go to this shitty IHOP. Like, it's just the best way to put it. And the one time, it's like 3 a.m, we just got done gambling all night. We go to walk into the fucking IHOP. There's a Hennessy bottle sitting there empty on the newspaper stand. I'm like, this is about to be lit. You had customers answering the
that's when
phone.
you know
I
it's
was
gonna
sitting
be
my
fun.
pen
Fuck
in there.
yeah.
They didn't give a fuck. This lady sat down and told me about how much she hates her fucking husbands and kids. It was crazy.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Dude, those were always the most fun. Back in the day, we get all drunk. You go to fucking IHOP or Waffle House or something like that. Fucking at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning was just craziness all the time.
we like
you never knew
we
what
like
you
to
were
head
going
up
to see
to
walking in there.
we like to head up to Cleveland.
Yeah.
We got gambling casinos up there now and all that
Oh,
fun
nice.
stuff.
Yeah.
See, you
Are they
guys don't even know. I go to Waffle House Squared. I mean, like, you guys have regular Waffle House. I have Waffle House from Florida. you have no idea the shit show that
Yeah.
is. Like, bro, if you ain't got 6 felonies behind the grill, you ain't gonna get shit done. I'm telling you.
Oh, yeah,
You gotta have
love
neck and face tattoos to work
neck
for it, man.
tattoos.
Fuck yeah.
Hell yeah.
Not that I'm
Bro.
knocking anybody that has that shit. I'm just saying it might be a requirement.
I have the
I love Waffle House.
Chevy tattoo.
So let me ask you real quick.
A redneck in me.
Right. Are you indica or sativa smoker or both or what?
Yes.
Yes,
Nice.
all the
Yes.
above. Gotcha.
Plus, I mean, to be honest, there's not really straight indicas anymore or
Right,
sativas.
not
Like,
hardly,
everything's
yeah.
a hybrid now. And don't
Yeah,
even get me
yeah,
started
yeah.
on that. I'm a little upset with the industry as it is because a lot of shit being grown now is being grown to be washed and not for flower smokers. But personally, I like more of a sativa hybrid. I like to be active. I don't want to be stuck in the couch.
Right.
Okay.
See, and I'm talked about this multiple times with other people, but I have real bad anxiety, so I have to go towards the indica side of things just because if not, man, sometimes it'll make me fucking wig out. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, see, I can understand
But-
if you get paranoid from smoking.
I never knew, like, but when, because I
He's,
mean,
not,
I'm old school.
he's annoying. He's not paranoid. He's fucking annoying.
Yeah.
And nobody wants to be
My
around
brain
him.
fucking-
Edibles do
Overthink
the
fucking
same thing to me.
everything,
I got
bro.
so high on edibles one day, I grabbed
Yep.
my safe and walked out into the woods. And my wife was like, "Where are you going?" I'm like, "They're coming." She's like, "Take your ass to bed." I was
Right.
so gone off of edibles.
Right.
Okay, so what was that dose?
I have no clue. Like a bottle of this shit that's like THC syrup.
Oh no shit!
How
That's
much is
cool.
in
Hold
that?
on, what was that? Can I see
Yeah,
that
dude,
again?
come bring that shit back.
Yeah, bring
That's
that back.
1,000
What was that?
milligrams.
Oh,
God
Jesus.
damn, boy!
I usually, if I do
You'd
any
be like,
edibles,
you'd be
I
like
just
Joey
do.
Diaz on that shit.
If I do any edibles, I do straight RSO now.
Yeah,
Pop it on
Yeah.
a cracker and
we're
throw
all
it back.
RSO units.
Yeah,
I
I
usually
was
take
good
it
with
right
that
before
for a
I go to
while too,
sleep.
and then I was doing pretty good with the RSO using it, and then I switched and I got some kind of chews that were only supposed to be 10 milligrams, so I took 2 of them. Well, they were way over that, or something, because it fucked me up, dude. And I've started fucking wigging out, and I haven't really messed with them since. You know, I'm like, okay, I'm good on all that, man. I don't want anything
Right.
that's gonna make me feel like that. So I stick to my indica hybrids, obviously. You know, but like you
Mhm.
said, there's not much anything that's straight anymore, but. Dude, I've been smoking on some. If you ever see it around, I don't know if it's a Missouri thing or not, but I've been told it's a Missouri strain. I live in Kansas City, so
Right.
it's called Blueberry Muffin. It's fucking the stuff I've been smoking on here lately. It's fucking delicious, but it's one of them ones that'll kind of put you on chill street, you know.
What you got going on over there? What is that?
I don't know. No name.
No name.
No name. Just some shit of some shit
It's
that a
whatever
buddy
you're
got me.
smoking on.
You know, it's just something. A little gray market
Well-
area, you know.
A little something extra. Right.
I got some Burkle going on. That's what I've been hitting. That shit's fucking...
My one friend, she did just get done growing some rainbow belts.
Okay.
It's
Nice.
it's gonna be some fire. I've smoked a little bit of it. I haven't got tried any of the extracts from it yet, but I can't wait. She just moved recently from Colorado to Michigan to start up her own grow, so I'm really
Right.
looking forward to that. She's got the state needs to come check it out, and they got dirt and clones coming.
See,
Nice.
my problem with Michigan is it's so fucking cheap there. Everything I see there is just ridiculous. Like, well, how would you make the money that you need to
It's
for
like
like
that
cost
everywhere,
per square
though.
foot? Not here, like not
Nah.
where me and him are from. Like, where the weed is still
Missouri's still expensive, bro.
Oh, that sucks.
Like, how
man.
much-
Yeah.
Like, if that's was that a half gram of wax or a gram of wax?
That was a gram.
A gram, that's probably $90 here,
Yeah. It's the
Yeah, I
same where
paid,
I'm
like-
at,
and it's
too.
probably $15-20 there, maybe.
$6.
See,
Jesus Christ, for real?
yeah.
What the fuck? And I'm still paying.
and 87 cents, and then some
Hold on, James. Don't start.
numbers. You know.
So what are you paying like for just an eighth of good flour up there?
Fuck, I don't even know.
Don't even know. No shit.
Don't even know.
'Cause
It's like
we're still
200 an
paying
ounce for Kush. And if you start going the exotics or the cookies or the higher grade up above that, it can get 300, 400, 500 ounces.
So you can get it for 200 an ounce here, but you have to wait for certain kind of deals, and it's definitely not going to be their best shit. It's going to be
Yeah,
like
you're probably getting, like,
pre-ground fucking
popcorn
smalls
bud and shit.
Yeah, shit. Yeah.
See, this stuff I
Absolutely.
had the smalls. That's what I'm smoking on tonight, and it's
I'm-
not as.
I'm
I
such a
don't know.
pothead. I just
I got some
pick up
shit,
weed,
though.
I throw it on a tray, and then chat makes me smoke all night. My channel redeems let them make me smoke all night. I mean, I think my counter says we've done almost 3,000 or 4,000 dabs or tokes this year, and that's not counting all
God
the free ones
damn.
I do. Let me
I've
see if
never
I can
even
get a
messed with
number.
dabs. Like I said, I'm just a straight fucking. Doll fucking knows, man. I pretty much just smoke joints and blunts, dude. That's kind of
This
my
year
jam.
we have dabbed 2,936 times that are counted, and that's only 3 of the commands. There's 5 commands total,
Oh,
and then I
shit.
smoke freely. Eventually, I'm going to tie it all
Right.
together with both chats, Kick and Twitch, and have it one unanimous number. And then since I started streaming full time, which was September 27th, 2020, I've done 9,689.
Wait, you say you've been streaming full time since 2020?
Yeah, so COVID hit. I mean, I can tell you the whole
Oh,
story.
okay, okay.
So COVID hit. I was working as a mechanic. Now, obviously, that wasn't going nowhere. People weren't driving. I was still a founder of the community. You know, I've always been there to help that. And I always told my best friend when I had time, I'm going to step up and I'm going to get the stream team going better. I'm going to bring new people into the community. And that's basically what got me into it is I had been a stream coach for about 5 years at that point, running our community stream team, helping people. You know, at that point, I did social media and stuff. I showed them how to do all their socials, get it all set up. And they did the streaming because I wasn't a streamer myself. I've always thought about it and whatnot, but I let the streamers do the streamers. I can help them do all the other stuff that a lot of streamers back then,
You're just doing all the help in the background and shit.
yeah, that
man.
would
That's-
neglect, you know,
that's
because a lot
dope.
of that
All the important shit, though.
Absolutely, yeah.
And then back
all
then,
the shit the streamers don't
back
have
then,
fucking
people
time
just,
for.
yeah, exactly. Well, see, I run multiple social medias. I edit videos myself every day. I post 2 to 3 shorts every
Nice,
day if I
dude.
can. It's been a little less lately. I've been dealing with a lot of tooth pain. Actually, go tomorrow to get it pulled.
Ooh,
And yeah,
that sucks,
so
bro.
I do a little bit of everything. The ADHD runs very deep with me. I'm so ADHD that my ADHD has an area of effect, which means sometime tonight you guys will also experience the ADHD and we'll all forget what we're talking about.
Yeah,
Oh, that's Silver Stone.
sounds
That
about
happens all the time
right.
anyway.
Yeah.
I wish
we
there was
did.
a clip it so I could clip a fucking question and go back. Like honestly, because what were we just talking about?
There's usually like a time most podcasts where we're like, you know,
yeah,
just like wait a
definitely.
minute.
What was this conversation?
Real quick because we forgot what the fuck we were doing. You know.
It got
To get
even
back-
worse. We had some technical difficulties. 3 or 4 episodes ago.
Mm-hmm.
So the guest dropped. So we paused it right there,
Okay.
and then had to come back 5 minutes later when he reset his PC and came back in. And we were just like, and this was like 45 minutes in.
Yeah.
So we were blown. And I'm just sitting there like, fuck, what the hell were we talking about? He started talking. I'm like, fuck, I remembered what it was.
Yeah. It worked out pretty good though, man. It worked out pretty good.
It worked in the editing. I figured it out in editing because it was really tough because it just, the videos didn't match at all. And
Yeah,
nothing.
editing is
Right.
never fun. You can tell me whatever you want to say. You love it and hate it every time.
No, I hate it.
Oh,
I
see,
fucking
I
hate
had fun learning
it.
a lot of the special effects stuff that I do and stuff like that. So that was fun. But then, you know,
Right.
I
Once
can
you've done
bust
it
out
multiple
30
times and
to
shit.
60-second clips. You know, I'll sit down for 4 or 5 hours and bust out 30, 40 short clips and then not have to edit for fucking a month and have 2 to 3 videos a day. That's usually how I try to do
That
it.
might be the way to do it, man. Just get it all done in lump sum, so that way you don't have to fucking have it hanging over your head every fucking night.
It's,
and
it's
shit.
an
You know what I'm
ADHD
saying?
thing. I don't like knowing that every day I wake up, I need to edit a couple videos, or I could spend 4 or 5 hours, hang out in the Discord call, and edit 50 videos. And for the next month, I have 3 videos a day. If you're even better
Right.
than me, which I can teach you the steps, I just can't take the steps myself because of the ADHD. You can even set up a majority of your social medias to all post automatically on
Yeah.
set days to where you can get it all done in a day. And for the next month, you focus on
It'll be
everything
dropping.
else.
Yeah.
Because like I
Set it
said,
out.
200 to
That's
300 hours a month streaming, that's a lot of time. That's a lot of time I don't have to do the other things that need to be done. And it just run out of time at some point. Like
50 to
last
70
year,
hours a week.
well, last year I did
Yeah.
3,000 hours on Twitch. That's,
That's a
I
lot.
believe a full-time job is a little over 2,000 hours. So that's what I did
Right.
last year. I did a job and a full-time and a half job last year of streaming.
I gotta be
I
honest
loved every
though.
moment.
I exactly like if I was doing what you're doing, like that's the goal is being podcast full time,
Right.
streaming full time, all that stuff. That's where we're moving towards without a doubt. I don't know. Does it become a chore after that? Like you've been doing it hard for 3 years now, almost. Or over 3
I'm
years now.
ADHD, so like my last job
Right.
before I was a mechanic, I did newspapers. I did newspapers for 10 years straight. And with newspapers, it was 365 days a year. Every single night. I went 5 years without a single day off. 5 years before I had my first day off. That's just the type of drive I have, streaming. I tell people all the time, like, I could take a day off right now and you guys will see me tomorrow or in the Discord call,
Right.
Back then, it wasn't like that. So, it is what it is. I kind of cheated going full-time, though. Like, I started downstairs in my little corner and then eventually moved up here and made a studio. And I went full-time with an average of, like, 3 viewers and a sub. You know what I mean? Like, this is what I want to do. Regardless of what else I'm doing, this is what I'm going to do. I plan to stream for the next forever. You know what I mean? Wherever it may take me. It's just what I enjoy doing.
I never knew there was a thing doing that. It's crazy. I was we're at a customer's house, and I walked into his back room, and it was set up, and you could see the ring lights and fucking computer screens everywhere. And a desk that rose up in the background was all fucking backlit, and I was just like, "Bro, what the fuck is all this?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, man, I stream. I'm sponsored by G Fuel and blah 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 blah." I'm like, "No kidding." I had no clue there were people that were making a living doing it.
Let me just pick my camera up real quick. I'll show you. I started out on this machine right here. It's custom painted, actually, because I was a mechanic right before I started streaming. So when I had this computer built, I had it sent to a body shop. It's a $500 paint job on this. I literally have to wash it with a microfiber rag. And then if we look down there, there's another computer down there. We got a keyboard there, keyboard here, got the Stream Deck. Oh, ADHD loves it. There's all the buttons. And I like to say that I am one of the, oh yeah. I'm one of the most interactive streamers on Twitch, though. Like, hands down, I feel confident in being able to say that, because at any given time, like even right now, I have it set up to where if anyone follows me on Kick, I have a car horn under my desk now rigged to go off. If you literally one of you two go follow me on Kick, my car horn's going off. Can't do nothing about it. If they decided to go type in !red in Kick or use one of them in Twitch, my lights are all going to turn red. I have fog machines, bubble machines. I have a flashbang that I guarantee is one of the brightest on Twitch. I'll give you a little demonstration of this. Oh God.
Nice.
And that's just one of the things I like to be unique with. Like, here, I'll show you. It looks like a damn UFO.
Yeah, that's pretty dope, man. You can control all that through commands on your Twitch and whatnot, or in your chat and whatnot.
It's all automated, and it spans between 2 platforms.
So what do you run it all through?
I was not kidding. That is a literal car horn under the desk behind me.
Dude,
that is dope, fucking man. Dope as shit. I had to go follow. Like, I wanted to now. Like, although I was going to follow anyway.
Oh yeah, and that's all done through a program.
I wouldn't even know where to begin to fucking do all that shit, bro. That's crazy. Right, that's pretty cool.
See this? It's called Luma.
Yeah, what's that?
It's what 90% of my streams have ran off of. It's a program.
Say that again. What's it called?
Lumia Stream. Lumia Stream. It runs 90% of my streams.
We'll have to link it down below. We'll link it when we
definitely link it. I became really good friends with the owner over the years. Actually, I even have here's a sneak peek. They got their own hardware coming out soon, and I got an early sample of it. So here's their own branded light strips that should be coming out, soon. TM.
Right. Yeah,
wow, there's only someone that was building a streaming and podcast studio in the next 2 months or so.
Yeah, we got Dolphin. He's moving and going to be setting up a studio.
Wire that all up too, if you wanted, just to make sure you guys buy the right things going forward to be integrated into stream podcasting. I mean, there's a lot of stuff you can do, especially when you start getting into just a little bit of custom coding with this. I mean, like I said, it runs everything. My lights all change. It makes stuff pop up over my gameplay that I see on my actual monitor that people can set off with commands. It's what makes me one of the most interactive streamers on the platforms that I'm on, both Kick and Twitch.
Right. Well, getting people to be able to control all that stuff is pretty cool, man. That's really
especially on Kick with no API or anything like that yet. Like, it's a little tricky. I got some workarounds for it, but it's going.
Nice, man. How's your journey at Kick been so far? Like, how did you rate it compared to your Twitch?
I really don't know. It's just my daytime platform right now. So when I'm not, anytime before 10 p.m. when I'm supposed to be live on stream, if I stream, I go on Kick now. And I've only done 2 streams so far. But I mean, it's doing good. I got almost 60 followers. I'm averaging 30 viewers already for 2 streams. Nice. I just want to be where the people are.
Oh yeah,
there's people there.
Oh yeah.
Well, most of the people are going to be over on Kick, obviously, still as far as quantity and stuff goes. I'm sorry, on Twitch.
Exactly.
Yeah, on Twitch.
Well, we're waiting for their API to come out so we can we have a custom developer in our founder. Banana. He writes all of our codes for our custom Twitch bot. We have custom Discord bots. We're working on a Kick bot, but we can't do anything yet until they decide to let other developers in. And then we'll probably be running a stream team over there too. So I figured I need to be on both platforms, just like how I started streaming. I should get on Kick or Twitch and start meeting people and having, you know, them introduced to the community. Plus, I figured because I was a stream coach before I started streaming myself, if I streamed and did well, I could give myself more credibility.
No doubt. Absolutely.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
And
give you guys...
Not to cast stones at anybody, but I feel like a lot of people become streamers and then stream coach. And I feel like a lot of it's just trying to pull people in, you know, like, hey, I helped you. Now, you know what I mean? And it's just, it seems like there's alternative motives to a lot of people's help. When I started out reversely, you know what I mean? Like me wanting to help people got me into streaming, you know?
Was it just like the Discord and stuff like that? Was that all the kind of what led you into like doing the stream coaching part of it, trying to help just in the background on your own there?
I've always been interested in streaming. You know, I used to make content back in my early 20s on Instagram where I would do literal smoke videos, like me hitting big ass bong rips, put a little stoner music to it. Like everybody does that now. Back then, there wasn't a lot of people doing it, so that's
right.
You know, I've always been interested in it, and I just wanted to help my best friend. It always goes back to mine and her friendship. Usually, when it comes to the community. She started streaming way back then. So that's what eventually got me into wanting to learn it, pick it up. And then we wanted to have a stream team for our community. So I needed to learn, you know, networking. I need to learn social medias, editing, ways to engage with your community, the retention, you know, you need to have people following you on those social medias, you know, and it's it just grew from there. So it got me into wanting to help. Plus, at the end of the day, I'm a people pleaser. It's part of the ADHD. I will please people until I can't, you know.
Well, and I feel like that's one of my biggest problems with the streaming and stuff like that is the networking part of it because of my anxiety and stuff like that. And that's something that this podcast is helping with a lot, you know. It's something that Dolph brought up to me. Dolph and I met through my channel, and he ended up bringing it up to me, and he was, you know, said he'd be willing to try to learn to do the editing and stuff like that. And at first I was like, I don't know, man. And I even had some where when we first started out where I was having panic attacks during them and stuff, you know. So this has really helped me as far as, for one, on the networking side of things, because, well, I'm meeting you now, you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that. And it's really been cool to bring people on and really get to know them outside of streaming a little bit. But it's also helped me. I mean, I feel like it's helping me get over that kind of bullshit that I've been dealing with. You know what I mean? Yeah, for sure.
I stay in my own lane because of my anxiety. That's why you'll mostly see me in my community on my streams. I reach out and I help wherever I can, whenever I want, but they have to come to me. Like, I'm more than happy to help you guys with anything you need, but you have to come to me. You know what I mean? That way it's on it, you know, there's that give and take. And that's one thing I do to try to help protect myself. You know what I mean? I don't go out of my way to help somebody I know I can help just because I know I can help. They have to want it, you know?
Right.
And I don't know. I guess I'm kind of shy. I just hang out in my own little area, my own little slice of the internet.
Yeah, I'm the same way, man. I've kind of stuck to my own. Well, you know, I like Dolph knows I play pretty much with the same people every night, and I need to start mixing it up, is what I feel like. And like I said, this podcast has helped us branch out and really get to know some other people, which is really been really good. There's always
anxiety before you invite a random to play.
Right. Yeah, because I've been gaming with these same buddies forever, man. So I
invite random people from stream all the time. Like, first time meeting, hey, come play with us. They'll hop in. I'm like, hey, just so you know, I always get anxious right before a new person joins because you never know what the Randys are going to say.
Well, and it's not always a good fit either. So I mean, I've had people over the course of it where it don't always kind of mesh with everybody else, and you know, and stuff, because you gotta. Well, we got our core group that I game with all the time, and if you don't but we have had people come in where it's kind of awkward and don't mesh well and stuff, and they tend to filter out, I guess. But
well, I mean, okay, so we played DayZ.
You just never know what's going to happen when you first, you know, start bringing new people in and shit.
You bring a new person around the group, and I'm there, and they're not acting right or not meshing well. I'm going to shoot them.
Oh yeah, I shoot most people that come around me, but at some point. But have you ever played DayZ, or what games do you?
I'm ADHD as hell. I play everything.
All over.
I played DayZ for a little bit. We had a stream team member run our own server for a bit. We dabble with that a lot, running different servers and whatnot. Just whatever the community's doing, really.
Nice, man.
I don't really have.
I was in there the other day.
Don't have a core game. So. It's Stellaris, man. That will exercise your brain to the extent of having anxiety and a headache.
Dude, I was totally baked in there, and I don't know how you were doing it because it was fucking hurting my brain, and I knew you were baked too. So I'm like,
I
what
was
the fuck?
actively-
Like, I kept
I
in
can
there and I
probably
was watching
say-
that shit, and I'm like, what in the hell is all this, bro? You got fucking the whole goddamn galaxy and shit out there.
So in prepping this, like I said, we didn't know you before you came in here.
Mhm.
I went and watched some of your VODs.
Mhm.
It fucking hurt my brain to even try to watch. I couldn't even do it, so I just had to start watching clips because I had to start
yeah.
trying to think like.
Clips
I
are
was like,
so
okay.
much better.
Well, I like to watch the engagement of somebody in the lulls. I like to see who they are when someone's not talking shit to them in the game or
Right.
something isn't going down. I like to see that middle just to see where
you
they're
mean
at.
you mean there's people out there whose communities don't talk shit to them all the fucking time?
Oh yeah, most of them
Damn.
don't.
Those
We're
are some
just-
lucky,
you're special.
those some lucky motherfuckers, man.
I don't know. I gave my community a flashbang and a car horn, and they get
Right,
me all
yeah.
the time. They'll redeem, take my glasses off, write a paragraph long sentence, so I'm zoomed in like this because I can't see shit without my glasses, and then they flashbang me. It's horrible.
Nice.
They be setting me up. They be working together without communicating somehow, and it's crazy.
I love it. That's
me
amazing.
too. I couldn't turn it down. I've been blessed with what I've been able to build over the short time I've been able to stream.
Well, that's why
So
one of the first things of engagement that I ever saw a streamer do was he was a GTA RP player and he had the bits and everything that were redeeming that to do certain things, and one of them was blind mode. And it didn't take a lot of points. And when he said blind mode, he was in a car and he would just put a bag over his head and fucking drive. And we always did it at the fucking worst times. I mean, we made sure we were spending those wisely. It was just that kind of engagement. I was like, this is what this should be. Like, I loved it. I fell in love with the streaming community at that point, and I wanted to be a part of it of something. It's crazy that it came so full circle and how I came into it. Like, I just started streaming recently. I tried streaming back then
Right.
and hated streaming GTA RP. It was the most painful thing I've ever done, and I stopped loving the game immediately.
I
when I
streamed
was trying to do something
GTRP
nice
for
for
about maybe 400 hours, and I haven't been back yet. I had fun. It was all
I've
right.
done a lot. I've done it a lot, man. And I'm the same way. I've left it for a while. I just reinstalled it, but I haven't jumped back
In
to
like
it
a
yet,
month and
so.
a
Played a lot
half,
of
I
hours.
went from never playing GTA ever to owning a business in the city based like on the amount of people I brought in and my RP that I brought to the city. Which for most
Right.
people, I guess, like if you own a business, it's either you've been there for a long time or you just bought it outright with cash. So I guess I was kind of like special with that. And then like the ADHD kicked in, and I haven't been back to GTA RP in like 3 months, 2 months, something like that.
Yeah, that's what
What
we
server
did.
was that?
Like,
Familia Purple. I had a lot of fun on there.
I was in a server playing
it was
that
a
stuff
open
too,
border.
and they got handed a couple businesses and things like that, man. And there's something about it. It's just, I don't know.
It
gets so trying after a
like
while for that
150
shit. I
to
just
200
decided to
usually
jump
at
off.
all times, except for in the morning it'd get down to like 40 people. But it was a pretty active one, not huge.
Nice.
I mean, I guess some of them are out there like 5 to 1,000 people on at a time.
I don't know. We played a New Day, and it was 400
You
400
see.
people.
Something
It's,
like that.
It's insane,
And
though.
New
It
Day
sounds
still
better,
ran.
though,
I started out
honestly.
on a city called Great City, and then I played
They
a.
started out on great. Was it a great city?
It was a great city.
Yeah, until we had
Yes.
some issues, but it was a great city overall, and I had met a lot of cool people in there, a lot of good friends and shit.
There's
but yeah,
people we still
I
talk
got
to from
tired
there.
of just all the bullshit drama that goes on behind the fucking scenes, or just people getting all
Yeah.
butthurt, or and blah blah blah, and it's just too much for me, man. I'm like,
I come to stream and I come to make
do it all the
content for a
time.
place for
Yeah,
people to
dude.
get away from it. I
I'm
tell
trying to
people
make
that all the
people
time.
laugh and trying to make people laugh and have a good time, bro. I
They
ain't
don't wanna
trying to
watch
deal with all that
drama
other
and
bullshit.
toxicness.
And if they do,
Absolutely.
they're probably not the ones I want around all the time. You know what I'm
Hey,
saying?
you know what I mean?
There's
Yeah.
people that feed off of that toxicness. Like I know a streamer. I'm not going to say any names because I'm not going to call him out.
Yeah, don't
Nobody
be a
we hung
dick,
out with.
dick.
Not you, dickhead.
No, don't be a dick. That's all I've been saying.
What I'm saying is, like, the people that watched him thrive and thrived off of the toxic gang mentality that he portrayed. The more toxic and more fuckhead he was to every single person he ran into in the city, the more people would come into the stream. It was just the craziest thing. Like
5 years from now, what kind of community are you going to have built?
Yeah, dude. It's gonna
Oh,
be
yeah, he's
just
done.
trash, bro.
He's not even streaming anymore.
it can also be kind of hard to maintain with the psyche, especially if that's not your true psyche, but you're doing it for
Yeah.
views.
Right.
some people
if
can
you're
do,
playing
you know.
a character the whole time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
It's hard. I'm ADHD. People are like, "How are you so good at RP and you've been doing this for a while?" I'm like, "Nah, I've been here for like 2 weeks." They're like, "What the hell?" I'm like, "I'm ADHD. I've been masking my whole life. What do you mean?"
No
Yeah.
shit. Like
Another one
I live
on.
with a mask on.
I literally still use, like, in the stream though. I'm using, like, every once in a while I still go into those character voices and stuff after all this
Oh,
time.
I
like,
went by hot dog.
I'll
hat.
switch
I
back
wore
and
a
forth because
hat with hot
I
dogs
did.
on it. They loved it.
Nice. But I still do it. And I was just talking to one of my guys from there about how I should do like with those character voices or whatever, try doing a stream, but actually doing it like a split personality streamer or something, using those voices. I'm like, dude, if you could pull that off, that'd be awesome.
You got two different
But-
cameras?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, just
Yeah,
set
yeah.
one here and set one here, and when you switch voices, hit a button.
Yeah,
Look at
hit
this
a
camera.
different
Hit another
and
button.
change
Look
it
at this
over.
camera.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. Yeah,
that'd
that'd be
be
cool,
very
man. That
Minimum,
would be
you can
cool.
use a single camera and just flip the mirror image it and just have it go do. It'd be a
Moving
subtle
around,
difference.
yeah, man, that'd be cool. Yeah, that'd be a good way to do it, actually, to kind of define when you were switching between or whatever.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Other
that's
than the
cool,
just
man.
drastic voice changes that you're doing, like
Well,
show
yeah,
them the voices. That's what you got to hear.
Oh, I gotta do that. You don't want to hear
Give
no
him a little
voices, dude.
Leroy.
You don't want to hear no. God damn, what the hell you talking about, man? I'm okay. So I played a black guy, and then there was a cop, and then turned gangster, and then a hillbilly. But anyway, what
The hillbilly's more
Is-
him.
do you see yourself ever going back to it, or is that just one of them things you did it and you're done with it now?
It's really, honestly, it's not my decision. First, I usually let the community vote when we go to play games. So I'll put 5 things up on a poll and let them vote on what they want to watch. Sometimes
Right.
I'll continue the game from the day before. And then on top of it, like, it's the ADHD's decision. If it decides that it can get some more dopamine sucked out of it, it's going to go back. You know what I mean? If it decides it don't want to play it and we want to go play turn-based games or Baldur's Gate's coming up soon, I'll be playing that. I do a little bit of D&D as well. And then Starfield comes out soon. We got Diablo coming up. I mean, I'm just everywhere.
So you don't even stick to like one genre or nothing. You just play all over.
Well, if
Fucking
you haven't
slice
been
of life.
listening, the people are there to see him and to hang out with him. They're not there to see the game.
That is one
Some-
thing too.
some
That's
are.
For that.
some are. No,
Well-
I get both. I get people that only show up for certain games or certain times. People that only show
I
up
see that.
all the time. That's one of the things why I like when I first started streaming, because I know myself. I know I was going to be all over the place. That's why I have all the room lights. You know, at least there's the core things you can do every stream, no matter what we're doing.
They're
You
the
have
same.
alerts, you have the fog machine, the light machine. There's a bubble machine behind me. You got all the lights you can change. You got all the commands you can type in and stuff. And they know at least every stream they're going to have that interaction plus me. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that's what I try to
it
give them,
stays the
'cause-
same no matter what the game.
Because I can't just play one game continuously. Like the last game I played hard like that would have been last year. I did 700 hours worth of War Thunder. I did 1,500 hours worth of
I
Elite
just
Dangerous
reinstalled
one.
that fucking game.
I reinstalled
I that game yesterday, bro. What the fuck?
What is it? War
I was
Thunder?
a CC for
Yeah,
him.
it's pretty dope, man. I played it for a little while. It's I haven't really got into it a lot, but
Yeah,
that's
there's a
funny
great
because
community there. Streamers like
I was
Crab
watching,
and, oh, go ahead.
Oh yeah, I was just saying I was watching one of the streamers that kind of been hanging out. I call my community the BG crew. So anyway, one of the crew streamers was in there, and I was watching him play it, and I'm like, "Fuck, it looked cool." So I reinstalled it just yesterday.
Oh yeah.
So
What are
you saying for your
how
birthday
many
there,
hours
Bosch?
in that?
I did like 600 or 700 straight. It was like a 2.5 month period.
Nice, but it's kind of a pay to win thing, right?
Well, so that's the thing. I was a content creator for them. They gave me free
Oh,
stuff every
okay,
month and every
okay.
update.
Well, that's dope then. Nice.
Yeah,
nice,
it
nice.
was nice. I was considered a content creator with them up until the beginning of the year. It was really fun. It was a good way to help show your community the new planes and what they wanted to see. And because I'm so interactive, usually the community would help me pick which 10 planes or tanks we were renting and which ones we were buying. So I let them help do that too for the ones that couldn't afford it or wouldn't have the chance to do it themselves, you know?
Get some more
Nice.
engagement in there and more involvement.
Well, we
in the
also
game.
did custom skins for some of the planes I was getting. So I have Defiant Snow, who's like my head mod and artist for the channel. She's been around from like almost day one, and she will mock up skins for me. So I actually have like 4 or 5 custom skins that the community could go and download for the planes I was flying. That was always cool. I just like doing those different things, them customizations, you know.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah, man. That's cool. And how'd you end? Goddamn, sorry, my back's
I'm
out,
just
man.
trying to keep up with him, man.
Oh, trying to keep up with him hitting it? Yeah,
Good
I moved.
luck.
I got a pillow shoved down behind
I'm
me.
trying not to
freaking
smoke
back
too
is
much,
out,
so I'm not just here the whole time. I'm limiting myself a little bit.
That's
Shit, I was
cash
just
anyway.
getting ready to light this. I'm still puffing on my first joint. You guys are over there taking dabs and shit.
I'm gonna bong. I like bong rips.
Nice, dude.
Uh-oh.
Nothing wrong with that. You got to get your mind right.
My mind's never right, but the weed helps a little
So
bit at night.
he's the first guest in a long time that's got burnt with us, though.
Oh yeah,
true,
that's
man.
cool.
Yeah, the last few ones we haven't really been smokers. Like you don't have to smoke to come on here, obviously. You know what I'm saying? But it is going to be one of those things where, like, one of the guests we had, and I'm not going to name names or whatever, kind of the weed wasn't her thing or their thing, and so yeah, whatever. And so we're still going to smoke and stuff, but we do, we just don't always have to talk about it. Obviously, if it's not something that interests the person coming on.
Now, I got a whole stream team full of people you guys can interview if you're ever looking for a guest to bring on.
Hell
Definitely
yeah,
would love
dude.
to
We'd
get my
love
friend
to,
Kat
man, 'cause
on
that's,
here at
that's
some
what
point.
this is all about, dude. Is just trying to help. Like, I'm hoping that it keeps
Exactly,
growing. Is
and
what it is. So we brought. This is episode 41 or something like that.
Nice.
So we've just recently started. How many episodes you think we've got since we started actually doing the streamer interviews?
About 10.
Probably 10 different people we've had on so far and done interviews. So we're still new to it. We're learning, and I think we're doing pretty well. And, but keep bringing those communities together, and then say that, on down the road as we grow more, then we bring you back on and talk some more. And then the rest of those people will get to, see your content and different things. And I'm really hoping it can do something, man, to kind of help.
Well, that's what we all want,
Get
right?
people out there and network, as much networking as possible. So
Mhm.
that's the goal, man. Anyway, we'll see if it actually fucking works or not.
Hey, as long as you're having fun, right? You guys are both smiling
absolutely, man.
and happy,
Yeah,
and that's
yeah.
at the end of the day, you got to have a core happiness to it. Or
Right, yeah.
I mean,
Oh, we
absolutely.
both
No.
love doing this. Like,
Well,
that's
that's
what
the
my-
same
is
thing
a
for me.
passion.
My
Like,
biggest
exactly,
thing that
the
keeps
word
me
passion.
from
I love that word.
right, yeah, absolutely.
Because I never had a creative outlet for my ADHD. Like, I can imagine 3D images in my head, like fluently, easily, rotate them, all the shit. I can't express that out into the real world. I can't draw for shit. I can't, besides, my streaming and editing, I don't really have a lot of creative outlets. So, like, finding streaming, especially being almost 30 years old at the time, was a fucking awesome thing. And that's one of the things that makes me want to help people so much more than even before that, was because, I want, even if someone can get just a little hit of that passion, that dopamine I found, I want to help achieve that,
Fucking right.
Mm-hmm. Have you like, since you've been doing this full time and stuff, have you had issues or what, like, struggles finding balance between, say, the streaming and the content creation and the real world and in your life and all that, since you don't, because like I work full time, so I work full time. So 5 days a week I go to work and then I'll come home and I'll stream till bedtime, right?
Right.
And so that's just what I do. I wake up, I work, and I come home and I stream, and then I go to sleep. And so I've always wondered about, like, if I didn't have that day job and stuff, what it would be like to have all that other time. Whether I'm still not enough time in the day. But have you had issues finding balance between working from home and content and still separating that from, like, what you do?
I have an amazing wife that supports me 100% with this from day one. And if I didn't have that, I wouldn't be here.
Right.
So, I mean, like I said, I spent a lot of time here. And the other thing, being a full-time streamer, like, I'm always home, but at the end of the day, I'm always home. So I've been getting to spend a lot of time with my kids in their younger years. And you can't take that for granted. Next year or the year from now, I don't know what I'll be doing, I'm going to be making content and hopefully streaming, but it may not be full time. If I have to go and do something else to support the family or whatever the circumstances may be,
Right.
But I cherish that me and my wife both get to spend a lot of time at home with our kids, especially in the younger years. I have a daughter with autism, and my wife has been full time with her since day one, just helping her grow and being prepared the best she can for her life. And now we just had a young son recently who is not even 2.5 yet, and he's just huge. So, I mean, I wouldn't give up being able to spend all this time here with them for anything.
Cool,
you know what I mean? Because last 3 years straight streaming, that's 3 years
COVID,
straight I've
baby?
had with my family. Yes, it was. In fact, it was a plan. It was a plan.
I was doing math, man.
It was a planned COVID baby. Yes.
All right.
That's a funny thing.
Plan.
So back to how I got into streaming when COVID happened and all that. I started to dip my toes into it because I wanted to help the community grow. I wanted to help our streamers grow. I wanted to, that word everyone uses, network. I wanted to do that. And that's what got me in the stream myself. I wanted to know more of how to help our streamers too by doing it, and showing them like, hey, these things I say can and maybe help, because at the end of the day, it's, who knows, you know what I mean? It's streaming. It's hard to put a metric on it unless you're huge, you know what I mean? But, you got to get there somehow. Some people stream for 5 years and then they get a little success. Some people stream for a month and then they're there. You can't attribute it to a lot of things.
Closing in on
It's
5
crazy.
years myself, so.
Exactly.
I mean, 3 months.
Yeah. And so, I started
I
streaming a
made
little
big,
bit.
Ma.
I started streaming a little bit. Wife got pregnant and she saw that I was really getting passionate about it and all that. And basically told me to get this room. It's evolved since then, but to get my room built before my son came.
Right.
So,
is that separate from the house you got there? Or is that just a part of the?
This is upstairs.
Is it okay?
Yep.
Yeah, it looked like
it's
a loft or an attic area or something like
it's
that.
an
So
attic,
that's
and
pretty
then
dope.
from this area back, it's all mine. She has another desk over there that's hers. I have a
Oh,
retro
nice.
game collection back there of about 15 consoles or so.
Does
A
she
bunch
game
of
as
little
well?
nerdy stuff. She does when she has time. 2 kids.
Right. Well,
not a
yeah,
lot.
yeah. True. Right.
Yeah, exactly.
I just didn't know if that was something she enjoyed or you guys
Yep.
enjoyed doing together or what.
A lot of Fallout, a little bit of Fortnite, Call of Duty when she's in the mood for it, but a lot of Fallout 76 lately she's been grinding.
Nice, man.
And oh shit, the train of thought, where did it go?
It's one of those moments. One of those
Always.
moments. Probably just means you got to smoke more. That's probably what it is.
How
man.
did you know I was reaching for it?
That's
See?
what I was
See?
doing.
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
packing it
yeah,
up. Yeah.
So she told me to get the room built before my son came. That's how the computer got here. And basically, before COVID hit that year, we were supposed to take the money I used to start the business of streaming and go and get a house. And COVID hit, and I mean, we're unemployed. The banks aren't about to give us a loan. So we
Right,
took
yeah.
essentially what was our future down payment for a house and turned it into my streaming setup, the equipment, the time, and all that. And that's how we got here. Because I have a lot of people that see what I have and they're like, well, damn. I'm like, yeah, damn. It should be a house and then a not as nice setup yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
now
Depends,
here we
man.
are 3. Yeah. And now we're here 3 years later. And like I said, I went full time with 3 viewers, in the middle of COVID. I'm like, this is what I'm going to do.
Right.
And
Oh,
it's been
Bank on
just,
yourself. Oh, yeah.
Well, it's probably smart, man, because I tell you, there's times
you got to
where
have confidence in
I
yourself,
just,
right?
I'll still go live and stuff, but goddamn, man, some days you're just so fucking tired, bro. And I've always I've been on vacation this last week, and it's so nice to be able to get up and I fucking get my little breakfast or whatever, get cleaned up, drink a little, get my coffee, and go live and actually get to enjoy it rather than a lot of days where you're coming home from work and you're just fucking beat. You just,
Oh, yeah.
dude,
Well,
I'd
I'm a
love
fucking
to
machine.
someday
Like
it
I
would be
said, I got a lot
so
of
cool
free
to
time.
fucking. Well, that's what I mean. It would be so cool to fucking be able to just do that. I'm just
I
sitting
don't
here pretty much
recommend
just telling
streaming
you I'm
this many
jealous,
hours
bro.
if you had the time. Spread it out between some other things, which I've been trying to work
Right,
on. But
right.
I,
Well, you're
I
here
stream,
doing a
I
podcast,
stream
man.
goblin
You get something
hours.
like
You know
that.
what I mean? Like 300 hours a month. Some months 200 on the
Yeah, that's
average. It's
crazy.
just straight goblin. Like how you do it? I'm like
Right.
I'm ADHD and I sleep 4 hours a
But
day.
I mean, that's one of the drawbacks though of doing it full time too. Is man, you got to fucking get out there and fucking do it. So I can understand the need, where you feel the need to put in those kind
Well,
of.
that's the other
hours, you know
thing
what
when
I'm
you're
saying?
working from home or full time or doing content creation, you don't have somebody telling you what you need to do. You know what I mean? And if you're
Right.
not getting stuff done, you start feeling guilty for all the time you're taking not doing anything because it's like
Oh,
I
man.
have this opportunity that most people don't get to do this full time and to see how far you can make it. And I sit here for an hour on my phone doom scrolling, and then it's another hour of oh, fuck, I should have been doing
Right.
something, and then it's another hour
Yeah,
of not
I
doing
get
nothing.
it, man. I'm the same way, bro. I'm the
And
same
then you got
way.
to
I get
sprinkle
that
in the
100%.
smoke breaks, and it's a balance, but you just keep going.
I have to set
Yep.
alarms. If I don't, I'll get too zoned into something.
It doesn't work for me. Alarms
Nah.
just get my alarms get turned off without even realizing it, and then I get distracted for 2.3 seconds, and I forgot the alarm even went off. So that's another thing.
I
See,
found-
but I'm dealing with ADHD on top of content creation too, and it's just a whole nother thing. Like I can tell people how to organize everything perfectly when I'm trying to teach them stream coach and stuff. I just don't take the information for myself because organization does not work for me. Try making a list. Yep, I got 8 of them in a pile over there.
So what do you see, or what are your plans, or what are your goals for now? Do you have any set, or do you just kind of, like you said, you just go with the flow? Or
my goal's always been Twitch partner for the community. Back before Twitch teams were a thing, they had ways for anybody to make a stream team on Twitch. You used to have trying to remember the name of it, but they used to have a way that you could have your own stream team on there. Now you have to be a partner to make a stream team. So that's one of my goals. And again, it was just to help grow our community and to meet like-minded gamers that want to come and vibe with us.
Right.
So I mean, besides that, it's just to get out there. My YouTube's getting ready to hit like 500,000 views. I've been working on that since I've started. All the other social medias. It's just to grow and get out there. Like my ultimate goal at the end of the day is just to be famous. I want to be noticed. Right. I want people to know me. I want to, like, I joke around. There can only be one Zero. I want to be the most famous Zero out there.
Right.
That's not not too greedy. I don't want to be the, just the most famous Zero.
Well, you've got to have the motivation to
never be the most
whatever it is.
Yeah, that's hard.
Yeah,
that's hard.
That's hard. There's lots of Bosches out there, but you've got to have something to keep you, that some kind of goal that keeps that fire, I think, of wanting to go forward, whether it's fame or fortune or whatever it is. You've got to have that drive, I think, to keep you wanting to push, because otherwise you're just going to be like, because let's face it takes a long fucking time to build a substantial community.
Oh, yeah, and the more famous I get, the more I can give back to the community.
Yeah, that drive and love of doing it and stuff, man. There's no way you're gonna make it, I don't think, but you've got to have the love and passion to do it. And then again, just that some kind of thing you're reaching out for that's ahead of you, that's like, you're just not willing to give up on, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
At least for me anyway, that's how I look at it. Well, yeah. I've got goals that I'm just not willing for my kids and things like that, which you're the same way. All of us here are family guys,
Right, exactly.
Like, man, I'm not willing to give up on myself, because I'm not willing to give up on
wasn't my kid over here waving at the camera.
LTTstore.com. Don't forget to hydrate. Sorry, I got to drop Linus.
Oh, you're
I love
good,
the tech man.
What was it? Oh, that's pretty cool.
Linus Tech Tips.
It's
some nerdy shit. Famous YouTuber. No shit. I love him.
Hell yeah.
And that's something else we love to do about the community. We like to give back. Like, we do monthly giveaways every month. We have channels in our Discord that are followed by, like, I think all of our giveaway channels are followed by like almost 1,000 different Discords at this point. We usually do a monthly $300 giveaway to a gaming platform of your choice. So, Nintendo, Xbox, game, or Steam, Epic, whatever, We even have a place where members of the community can come and throw up free game codes that people will like to throw codes into and stuff like that. So it's all about the community, and the bigger I can become, the more I can get out there, the more people that can come to the community, and the better it can be.
Right. Yeah. It's again all about networking, man. The more people you have around, the more people that are around, the better off you are, man. That's pretty cool to have those. And through all that and building up, man, you end up with this core group of people that are, backing you for whatever reason. I don't know fucking why myself, but you end up with those true friends that come out of it too, which is one of the coolest things.
So I promise that if I get famous enough, that we're going to open up a research foundation to figure out what's wrong with the people that like me.
That ain't no shit,
I've said that multiple times.
I'm pretty sure all my friends need help, because I know I need help. So,
the other funny thing about fame and stuff like that is, like, I give out hype train whistles, right? Whenever we get a level 5 hype train, and they come with a promise that if I get big one day and can afford it, I'll buy each one of these back from everybody for 1,000 apiece. I've given out like tons of those, and that's a promise I like to make to people. Yeah.
So every time you get a level 5 hype train, you give away one and ship it to somebody?
I give away 2, whoever's the top conductors. So there's usually one for like subs or bits or whatever, so they each get one.
Right.
I've sent them out to like London and a couple other different places over across the seas. Can't send them to Australia because it's untreated wood. They don't like that. I've sent them up to Canada. Actually, I've sent a bunch up to a buddy in Canada that then mailed them out to the other people in Canada because it was cheaper that way, because Canada sucks mailing shit to it.
Gotcha. That's cool, man. That's super cool. So where do you get the whistles from?
I buy the whistles on Amazon, and then I go get them lasered engraved with a family friend.
That's what I was wondering. I didn't know.
Yeah, they're laser engraved, custom made, customish made. I buy train whistles, and then there's a ton of them out there floating around.
Do you blow on each one before you send it out?
Only to the special ones. They know who they are.
I couldn't help it, man. I couldn't help it.
Oh yeah,
I like
it's
it,
fine.
man.
It's
That's
fine.
dope, though, man. That's super cool, man. That's super, super cool.
Somebody
It's
got blown.
you got to make
Nice.
memories. You know what I mean? Something and
Yeah,
something you can hold in
absolutely.
your hands. You know, with ADHD, you forget things if they're out of sight. You know what I mean? So, no, that's how I look at
What-
it. Give somebody something they can hold; they'll remember you
I
longer.
swear, as I listen to ADHD, like the symptoms and shit, I'm like, man, I got that. I definitely do that. Fuck, I definitely. Oh my god, I do that. Like,
Go get it checked out. The more you know, the better
I-
it is. Trust me, I've learned
Look-
more about my ADHD in the last 5 years of streaming, or in the last 5 years alone, and even more so in the last 3 years of streaming. It's crazy because
There's
I told
something-
myself if I'm going to spend all this time streaming, because like I said, demon hours when it comes to streaming, that I want to try to better myself and learn to be a better person too. So I've been trying to grow from day one to day, whatever as a
Right.
person as well. Got to get something out of it if it all fails.
I don't know a whole lot about the ADHD stuff, to be honest with you. So, what has been like your biggest struggle, like growing up with that?
Everything.
It's fu-
No,
Is it
I
just
don't know.
like
It's
not
so
being
hard.
able,
It's just
not being able to focus on one thing? Is that like the deal?
It
You know what
is,
I'm
but it
saying?
ain't.
I'm
It's
just
just it's so hard to explain sometimes. You know what I mean? It's like
you're good. Yeah,
I can
yeah,
I
yeah.
can
was just
focus
curious.
I can focus on a game for 12 hours straight, but then like I can't edit a video if I don't want to do it. You know what I mean? Like physically
Right.
we'll sit here and staring at the screen for 5 hours not being able
I
to
got
do it.
you.
It's just
I got you.
and like growing up, that's basically what we were told. Like me growing up, it was, oh, you have ADHD, you can't focus, you're hyper. Like, okay, cool. No, they didn't tell me that it comes with the fucking dopamine chasing, the it's so crazy to explain when you're on the spot though. Like there's just
Yeah.
so many different things that like affect it because like my brain's wired differently than the mass majority of people out there. You know what I mean,
right.
ADHD means your brain is wired differently. It handles thoughts and logic differently. Like if I'm not into something, my brain will start to shut down. I'll start yawning. I'll get tired. Switch over, wide awake. I could have been just almost dozing off. You know what I mean?
No shit, crazy. See, it
Uh,
was just interesting to me because
Organization
I
is
didn't
almost
know.
impossible.
Right.
At least for me, I don't have the touch of the OCD. I wish my wife is perfect with that. I'm so lucky she's so good at keeping track of things. I
It's
just
the only
pile
thing I
everything
miss from
around
my
me.
ex-wife.
That's why I have a
Right.
U.
Yeah.
That's why I have a U-shaped desk. I can just roll left,
That bitch would
right,
clean
and see
and
everything.
clean and clean. It was
Uh-huh.
amazing. Sorry, talk about my
Oh,
ex-wife.
you're fine. You're fine.
She is OCD and shit, and I would fuck with her. I'd move shit around in the house on purpose.
Randomly
That's
switch
horrible.
shit around.
Bro,
That's
I was,
awesome.
She would give me hell, bro. She had our
Fucking up
last
the
child.
systems, man.
No, she had our last child, and she was like in bed and shit, right? So I mopped the floors and did everything, and then she was such a that she went out there and had to do it herself, even though she was supposed to be in bed, fucking whatever. Like she was shot out, man. I wish her all the best. She's not
Big
with me.
games. Any big games coming up that you're looking forward to, or that you're excited to that are coming
Right
out?
now, mainly it's been Baldur's Gate 3. I don't know if you've heard of the first two. They're based on a D&D campaign and all that.
Mhm.
It's we're going to be fun. I have a group of people that we're all going to play and RP it out a little bit.
Nice.
And then
That's awesome.
Starfield's coming out soon. Diablo
would be
has
good,
their first
man.
season coming, so I'm waiting for that. But
Starfield
just
co-op.
really, no. But it
It's
is
just
on
single
Game
player?
Pass, and I
Okay.
love me some Game Pass.
That ain't no shit, man. That's
Oh,
nice.
I
I
love
have
it. I
it.
have Game
Plus-
Pass, yeah.
The community loves single player games because they can really fuck with me. First of all, because I get a little more into
Right.
it, and they get more interactivity out of me, especially if I'm not like balls deep in Solaris trying to manage a whole galaxy worth of fucking assets, So they get to get more into the story, especially if I get hooked on one and we go all the way through it.
I feel like that's something now that you mention it. I've never really streamed a whole lot of single player games, but I think my biggest problem
Someone
is
just
like
followed me. My lights are going off.
hell yeah, dude. My thing is I play a game for so fucking long, I'll get burnt out on it, and then I just don't come back for it for a year or something, And
Like
then-
what happened with me
Hogwarts,
on
man.
War
You
Thunder.
were
Just
three-quarters way
kills
through
me.
Hogwarts.
yeah.
Oh, I
And,
played that
so-
60 hours straight and then haven't touched it, but I got to 69% completed.
That's
I mean, I
about
feel
where
like
I
in my
was. I
heart,
was-
I'm done. How can you go past? Like, I
Yeah,
stopped playing at
played it as long as
69%.
I needed it, and I was done with it. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. I'm good. Oh man, I just wish I could fucking focus more. Like, I don't get these guys that are able to just sit there and play games for years and years and years and never switch, man. I don't know if that's a bad thing. You feel like it's a bad thing to switch? Because I feel like sometimes switching around and stuff from game to game can mess with their viewership and whatnot.
I don't really worry about that,
So
I don't really
just
put much
going.
thought into that. But I mean, different strokes for different folks, right?
All right, cool. I was just curious about switching games and staying on one because I'm one of them.
I jump games a lot, and like I said, you will see people that don't show back up once you switch games and stuff like that.
Right.
And if that's the type of thing that's going to bother you, you just gotta, deal with it. If not, you just bounce around, play what you want, and hopefully, if you're having a good time and the community sees you're having a good time, they'll also be having a good time. Because, like, if I play a game I don't want to play, I'm not going to be in a good mood usually. You know what I mean?
Right. Same. Yeah. Absolutely.
So if you listen to it, though, like, he listens to his community to tell him where he's playing. He gives them the choices of that, and then they go at it that way.
Yeah, they vote at the beginning of the stream. So 5 games.
Exactly.
And the one we were playing last night plus 4 other ones, and we let them pick people that show up first. We run the poll for 10 minutes straight, and they tell me where to go.
So it gives them reason to show up early. Reason to show up early because they can pick the game that they want to be on.
Okay.
Oh, dude, that's a brilliant fucking engagement.
At the same time, I'm sitting here meeting people and talking and getting to know you, man. I'm trying to learn myself as much as I can, along the way. That's why I ask these questions. So I appreciate you.
I like to share. I like to help. I think gatekeeping is the worst thing that's ever been invented. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, yeah. If we can
a lot of people
share
that
all
just
our ideas, man,
shit.
we'll all be ahead.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's the way I see it.
I mean, this will never get released, so don't worry about it. We're just here to take your brain for it.
Right.
Yeah. Well, man, I sure appreciate you taking the time. We're right at that hour mark already, man. So I wanted to say, first off, I'll tell you, man, it was one of them things where I just talked to you a little bit on Twitter, and you were so cool about like instantly just being like, fuck yeah, I'll do it. That's super cool of you, man. I appreciate that because a lot of, we reach out to, several people here and there and it doesn't always work out. And you were just so easy to fucking deal with.
I feel like you got very lucky. I'm a very easy person to interview. I'm not going to be, I'm the person you look for to interview. I'm very easy. You know what I mean? I flow into the questions and whatnot.
Right.
I enjoy.
Yeah, it's always nice to have somebody and try to question somebody, interview somebody that helps you out on their side as well. So.
Oh yeah.
Especially when you're smoking weed the whole fucking time. You know what I'm saying?
We've had some people question us. It's amazing. I was like, OG did that shit. His first time on, we're sort of talking. He's like, so Dolph, how'd you get into this? And I'm like, what the fuck?
Well, don't worry. We'll do that on the next date, okay?
If you want to, when all this is said and done, man, shoot me a link to your Discord, the invite thing. We'll post all that up and stuff, man. And I just want to, again, man, just tell you thank you so much. And dude, you're a super cool cat, man. I appreciate you taking the time to come on. Is there anybody you want to shout out before you?
Just multi-platform gaming in general. We love our community. Come by and meet some great people. You can find us anywhere. That's about it. Come and see what all the hype's about. Besides that, let me know when you go to release it. I'll post it on all my socials. I'll get it tagged in the Discord and whatnot,
Hell yeah, you're a hell of a guy, dude.
I got some
there's
people
so much stuff we could learn
it.
from you still with your setup and shit. That stuff is just amazing.
Come hop
bro.
in the
That's
Discord
super
anytime.
amazing.
We can do all kinds of crazy stuff, especially if I can get to talk to you a little bit more and get to feel you guys out a little bit more. Pick up your style. I can help direct stuff towards what you're going to like, especially if you're doing building a studio. Your lighting and all that. You want to be able to hit a button or have somebody else hit a button or something like that. Especially being live, there's a lot of stuff you can do once you get it all tied in together. You just got to make sure you don't buy the wrong thing starting out.
That's where I'm at right now.
Because honestly, look, I'll tell you this straight up. With technology, if you go cheap, you're going to buy twice. That's all there is to it. I hate to tell you. I'm not like that with everything because I'm a very frugal, cheap guy. We're very low income from where I'm at with me and my wife. We live very frugally just so we can live the way we want to live and have all the free time we can have. So, and that's just the one thing. Like, this year's upgrade was a second computer. I'm running 4 monitors. It's been amazing. Gaming computer starts having issues. I can shut that down in the middle of a stream and still be here talking to everybody, and I love it.
Nice, man. Hell yeah. Well, brother, again appreciate you guys. If you haven't already, Zero is High on Twitch and Kick. Are you Zero is High on YouTube as well? Everything,
everywhere,
all the socials,
everywhere.
Yep. Zero is High everywhere. You can fucking follow it. Get your asses over there and drop them a follow. We love you. Until next time, Zero is High. We appreciate you, homie.
Hell yeah.
2 fried eggs, baby. Peace.